and welcome to the American Dream TV. I'm Kim Christensen, your host, here with my husband and co-host, Jeff Christensen. We're at the National Veterans Memorial and Museum.
Today we're going to talk to Marty Holder, who is the Vice President of the National Veterans Memorial and Museum, and also AJ Orr from the Ohio Veterans Collaborative.
Hi Marnie, thank you for having us today. Can you tell us how the museum came to Columbus, Ohio?
Yes, absolutely. Back in 2018, October 27th of 2018, we opened our doors of what is now the National Veterans Memorial Museum. And even though it started out as a project just for Ohio veterans, we found out very quickly that there is not a nationally designated museum honoring specifically veterans. So when we went to Congress with money in hand for this amazing project, we received the national designation. And this is, and forever will be, the only National Veterans Museum in the U.S.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Cool. So I know when I came in here for the tour a few weeks ago, I was thoroughly impressed. Definitely different than what I expected. So what is the focus and the experience that you intend the people that come here to come away with?
Yeah, so this museum is very unique, especially for a military museum. A lot of people come expecting, large tanks and aircraft and equipment. This museum is predominantly focused and solely focused on veterans and their stories, their inspiring stories of service and their journeys after service. And what we want people to walk away with is to feel inspired through those stories and to get a better understanding of what service means and to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
Marnie, does the museum hold interest for families and young people?
Yes, so our museum is designed with multimedia, hands-on displays for anyone from elementary age youth to those in their 90s and beyond. And what we want to make sure is that we're touching on all different sensory opportunities for you to experience what veterans go through, their journey of that service, and then really immerse them in their stories afterwards.
What kind of events do you have here, Marnie?
This venue is one of the most unique in the downtown Columbus area and part of the city skyline. And the types of events we hold here, of course, we do a lot of national ceremonies. We do Veterans Day every year, Memorial Day weekend, and all of the associated activities. We do a welcome home for Vietnam veterans every year, and then Patriot Day. Those are our primary ceremonies. Beyond those that are honoring veterans specifically, we do a lot of community events, whether it's corporate engagement retreats, family weddings, birthdays, celebrations, retirement ceremonies, you name it, we have hosted it here at the museum.
All right, hey AJ, good to see you. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your business that you've started, your nonprofit, the Ohio Veterans Collaborative. Tell us a little bit about that and the focus and the mission of that.
Sure. So the Ohio Veterans Collaborative is a nonprofit here based in Ohio. We're a 501c3. And our whole goal is how do we help Ohio veterans find success outside of the uniform? Because transitioning out of military service, there's so many challenges that we run into. And so it's like, how do we help them to focus in and figure out what they want their life to look like post-military service?
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the challenges that veterans face?
Absolutely. So one of the things, well, there's two things that every veteran loses whenever they exit out of the military, whether they realize it or not. And the first is you kind of lose your sense of purpose and identity. In the military, you're part of something bigger than yourself, this big ideation of protecting freedom and democracy against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And then when you get out, like I was just aged, I didn't know who that was. So I didn't know what my purpose was. The second thing that I lost, which was equally impactful, was I lost my community. In the military, you're surrounded 24/7, 365 by people that think and function and operate the same way that you do. And when you get home, you just don't have that bond anymore. And so those are the things that we really miss whenever we come back home. It's how do we get that community back together and then once again find that sense of purpose. And that's really what we're focused on with the Ohio Veterans Collaborative.
How can individuals or organizations get involved to help support your mission?
Absolutely. So if you are a business out there, right now workforce is a big challenge for everybody. And so what we tell people, veterans have all of the skill sets that as employers that you're looking for. Veterans are a great asset to any organization. So if you're an employer that's looking to boost their workforce, get in contact with us because we have veterans that we're definitely looking to help get gainfully employed. If you're a nonprofit organization out there, reach out and connect with us because we want to help connect you to the veterans and connect veterans to your resources that you provide and offer them, because a lot of of times you guys are out there doing great work, but they don't know that you guys exist. And that's the gap that we want to fill.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed your tour of the National Veterans Memorial Museum.
We're your hosts, Jeff and Kim Christensen.
We'll see you next time.